In the past, Luke, people had to live in castles because they were always being besieged.
Yeah, nightmare.
But now...
Do we have enough grain?
Are the rats going to get in?
Are the rats in the grain?
It was a constant worry for the people of the past. But now, in today's modern age, we can go to a castle just to enjoy a game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, and go, God, I'm glad I don't have to check on the grain every 5 minutes.
They've got people to check on the grain for you. And that's why D&D in a castle is such a great experience, because other people check the grain for you, and you can spend all your time playing Dungeons and Dragons with such world-class dungeon masters as B. Dave Walters. That's right. You can play D&D at B. Dave's table. There is an Oxventure table happening in March. Unfortunately, it's sold out, but Luke and I will still be there in the castle doing medieval
checking the grain.
things. We'll be checking the grain.
I'm the grain checker they've employed.
Yeah, and I have been employed to test Luke's grain checking, so I'll be trying to get at the grain.
Exactly. Any rats watching, stay out of my grain.
Yeah, but I'll be testing the limits of your grain protection. So we'll see how well you do, won't we?
Yeah, we hopefully we'll see you there. There's a link in the description so you can check it out. And maybe, just maybe, nab yourself a ticket.
Yeah, so maybe see you at the castle. I'll be the one in the grain.
This episode of Oxventure is sponsored by Misty Mountain Gaming. Misty Mountain are the makers of some amazing high-quality dice and D&D accessories for your gaming needs. They have everything from acrylic, sharp edge, metal, stone and glass dice, all made to an incredible standard. If you're on the lookout for some gifts for the D&D fan in your life, look no further than Misty Mountain Gaming. Head to mistymountaingaming.com or to the link in the description to take advantage of their buy two, get one free holiday special.
You stand on the deck of the Joyful Damnation, Mistmire spread out splendidly, or perhaps sort of upsettingly, before you. You continue to contemplate the task ahead. The task being go over there.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, there it is, Egbert. Drink it in.
Yep.
How does it feel to be back in the old alma mater?
Not great, to be honest, but we're going to press on. We'll see what they have to say. I'm giving them a chance. I'm giving them one shot to prove to me that they've changed.
Anyone else have any misgivings about this plan before we head in?
The Dragon Door, everything they have said seems eerily reasonable, I would say. We were in the library that time and they redacted some of their history, so there's a bit of a question mark over...
Oh, they redacted their history?
Yeah, do you remember when we were in the archives?
I was living it up at the casino, so...
Oh, yeah, having a much better time.
I thought we'd caught you up on that, but
I probably forgot.
You were probably very hungover,
didn't directly relate to me or my interests.
Corazon was still hearing kind of like loud casino music in his ears. Yeah, his ears.
At a slight lull in the conversation, an enormous, you're getting quite used to this now, an enormous tentacle erupts from the sea, just kind of...
Whoa!
And in its own grip, there is what looks like a big rolled up, it's almost like a ship's sail, it's so big.
Oh.
And it starts to unravel. And some text appears, it says, I have misgivings about this, actually. And then it kind of unravels some more. Another tentacle kind of comes up and unfolds more of it. Just gonna borrow prudence, be right back. And then kind of goes... tosses the scroll over into the ocean. It lands with a big splash, and then just kind of
just grabs hold
of the tiefling warlock and just drags her beneath the waves.
But now, if Cthulhu has misgivings, does
I
that
think
mean we're on the right track or the wrong track?
I think probably Cthulhu isn't super jazzed about one of his disciples spending a lot of time in a holy order's religious.
They might try to convert.
That's true.
A small tentacle kind of goes...
How?
And then...
Without an opposable thumb? How?
Non-Euclidean geometry.
Right, got it.
I look upon it and go mad.
Yeah, okay.
Is there a gibbous moon in the sky?
I'll just note that down. That will manifest later. Corazon...
All right,
Corazon
looked
has
into the
beheld.
void. And the void also into... him. I'm sure that'll be fine. We'll work out what that means later on.
All right, Egbert. Well, this obviously is a very important place to you, so I think we'll take your lead on how we proceed.
All right. Well,
weapons? No weapons?
I mean, definitely bring weapons. Yeah,
Bring weapons.
I would bring weapons.
Okay. Weapons. Got him.
Yeah.
I produce my magic cutlass and sort
Oh,
of
not that one. No.
have a look at it.
No, you can
I
bring.
still haven't figured out what it does yet. So I'm just
Should I wave it around on the deck a bit? Does anything happen?
Am I sliced in half?
Well,
There's a
I mean, it
solid
depends. Do you try and cut Dove in half? There's like it does look like a normal cutlass, but you've noticed there's something unusual about the handguard, where it's kind of like it's a handguard, but then there's sort of like a lever, kind of like you know when people are on a long journey and their horses get very thirsty and they
Yes.
need to be topped up. There are these stations you can go to, and then they have these big buckets.
Right.
And then they have these sort of hoses, and there's a big sort of squeeze handle, and then water comes out to refill the bucket for the horse.
Right.
There's kind of the handguard is kind of just like a thing like that, and it's almost like a squeeze handle.
Okay.
Do you ever play that game where you try and get it to a complete piece of gold on the price thing?
It's a very popular game, played up and down the main roads of Geth. Magor's main roads.
Yeah. All right. I won't squeeze that just yet, but
Okay. You can sort of give it a little test, and you're like, definitely has a give to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that is.
all right. Gonna load up with sort of cutlasses and.
Shatter Shield's kind of. Are you having this conversation about how tooled up you're going to go in front of
Directly
Shatter
in front
Shield,
of
or
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
okay? He's
It's a
kind of
power
being
move.
I mean, I did vouchsafe your entry to the city.
Shatter Shield, are you bringing weapons?
Well, yeah, I'm going home and I've got my weapons with me. Why would I?
So we're all bringing weapons.
Yeah.
So we're
Okay.
bringing
Yes.
all our weapons.
Fine.
Also, it's not just for you, we don't know who's been on our tail.
All right. Yeah.
That sounded almost convincing, Merriman. I love it.
All right. Fine. Yes. Good.
Okay. Egg-wise, what's our situation? What's the plan? Are we leaving those bad boys in the hold on the Joyful?
I mean, if we were to take them into the Citadel, they could just be like, "Our eggs now, idiots."
That's
Yeah,
true.
you're right. But if we leave
gave
them out,
you our word. We are taking you into our protection and the eggs.
Oh,
You are free to leave whenever you wish. We will not do anything with
Shatter
the
Shield.
eggs, but this is the safest place for them.
I think. All right, fine. Let's just take the eggs in, and if they try anything funny, I'll stamp on them.
all right. No, we can't do that. Oh right. Oh sorry. Yes. Yeah, he'll do it. He's dead into the void. Who knows what he'll do? Yeah. Corazon, cruel Corazon, please no.
Charisma performance check from you two. Charisma persuasion from you, please.
I believe he would stamp on the eggs.
No.
that's a 3.
It's a 9.
Yeah, mine is 7 total.
17.
But Shatter Shield just looks at you, but it's like, will you just stop clowning, please? There's no need to threaten the eggs. I've given you my word.
All right.
Shatter Shield, can you please stop saying I've given you my word? Because within the walls of the Dragon Door, that might mean something. But out here in the rough world of adventuring that we live in,
Yeah, the real world.
yeah, it's like,
Where we keep
the
it
School
real.
of Hard
Where we
Knocks.
keep it real.
Yeah, in the Paladin Order of the School of Life, actually, Shatter
Alright.
Shield. It's like non-stop betrayal and heartache and pain.
Lies.
And lies!
People lie.
All right,
many
I get it.
lies.
It's time to be real.
So what I'm saying is, I know you've given your word,
Yes.
but
We got to take precautions.
you were taking, you've given your word,
All right.
we've given ourselves
Okay.
an exit strategy.
Fine. Yes. Yes, I agree. Great.
That said, I can't even remember what weapons I have, so I'm just bringing my loot.
All right.
All right, Captain Shatter real. Let's go.
You got him. Got him.
All right.
Roasted.
Well,
Right to his face.
if you have a rowboat, then we can go through the portcullis.
We have a robot.
Rowboat.
Okay, yeah.
Or we can go through the portcullis, or
Does the Joyful Damnation have a rowboat?
Yeah, does
Seems
it?
Like
What
are there
happens
any
if-
lifeboats on the Joyful Damnation?
No, it has a robot. But no, rowboat. No, it does have a rowboat. I lower the rowboat into the water from the side, and anyone who wants a rowboat, I don't know if you want a seagull over there or whatever you
No, but I
fancy.
don't
Rowboat
After
will be
last
fine.
time.
Rowboat will be
It's fine.
This way- So we didn't actually settle the egg question. Are we bringing
Yeah,
them with
they're
us?
coming- they're
We're
coming
bringing
with
them
us.
with us.
They're coming
Okay.
with us.
So I guess we have to like get them over the side as well because they're in a large egg box.
We'll probably need a couple of boats because there's a few of us. So.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But I'm going in the boat with the eggs. And I'm bringing Percy Jr. as
Okay.
well.
Percy Jr. is growing up quite fast, by the way. He's sort of like...
He's still shoulderable.
Is he still shoulder?
yeah, but he's kind
Goes
of like...
immediately through the floor.
You're both a bit like, oh god, like he's the I'm going to say he's the size of a small dog now.
Oh, wow.
Again, there's a grown. I feed him treats a lot.
Cool. He's still trim. You know, he's still got a good tuck.
Okay.
He's in fine condition.
Great.
Okay, Shattershield pointedly goes in the rowboat without the eggs in it.
Okay.
And he kind of sits there
all
with,
right.
with his shield on his back, and he's got
Sure.
like a mace across his knees. It's just like,
Expecting to be rowed, I see.
Yeah. I toss an oar to Shattershield. I say,
Make yourself useful.
yeah, make yourself useful, Shattershield. Come on.
fine.
On my,
Gets
yeah. Can I do the drum?
Yeah, sure.
We had to offload one of the eggs to make room for the drum.
This is
What kind of rowing rhythm is this?
this is not conducive to good rowing.
But can't hear you. Oh, we're there.
You approach the portcullis, which is down, and Shattershield turns and goes, "You there, hello!" to someone on the wall who's like, "Hello, who is that?" "It is I, Captain Shattershield, with guests of the Dragon Door. Open the portcullis right away, Captain!" yells the voice, and you hear a sort of a distant call, be like, "Oh, the portcullis!" and you hear like jigga as people start, turning capstans to try and raise the portcullis. And you see it kind of goes like, and there is like a horrible mechanical clanking, followed by like a long silence, and then just an, maybe go round.
Pretty slick operation you got here, Shattershield.
Yeah, nice place you got.
Way to open the door.
I don't know if I want to use up my good grease on this paladin citadel. So it's not high enough to go through then.
No.
Is there another entrance, Shattershield?
He yells up. He goes, "What's the matter, man?" You just hear it. "Terribly sorry, sir. Another tremor, sir." We'd best go round. If we just row to shore, then we can take. There's like basically, you'll remember Mistmire is kind of like a walled, like tiered citadel. And there's this portcullis on the port side, but also around from there, there's kind of just like a long ramp that leads up and joins up with the causeway ramp to the main gates of the city, which is where you came through before.
Okay.
So there is an access path, but you can't row all the way in, annoyingly. We'll have to go on foot.
It's interesting. I was doing some reading in my cabin, and the book I was reading described Mistmire as a mechanical marvel.
Would you
Doesn't
use
seem
the
that
word
marvellous at the
marvel,
moment.
Shattershield, to describe your portcullis? Would you say it was a marvellous portcullis?
Well, clearly it's not working brilliantly
No.
right now, is it? No.
Isn't it? If you can't even look after a portcullis, how can you look after an egg?
You're looking after the eggs. We're just, again,
All right, Egbert,
Yes.
you take the lead. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep roasting Shattershield.
Okay. I mean, that's fine as well. Yeah, let's press on then.
Okay.
On foot.
You start to press on foot, and Shattershield kind of calls up for the drawbridge to be lowered. And sure enough, just
Here we go.
it starts to come down. There's a very long kind of but you've got a long time to contemplate returning to Mistmire as the drawbridge sort of starts to come down. And then eventually just boom, it goes flush with the sort of ramp up from the causeway. The tide is low right now, so there's just sort of like pools of water, one would suppose. And then the city lies before you.
All right.
I look at Shattershield and say, "Woo, you did it! Great drawbridge lowering. Came all the way down."
Charisma performance.
Yes, thank you for that.
A
Shall we?
mechanical marvel, I would say. Never seen the like.
Let's press on. He starts to walk through the streets. There are a couple of guards posted here. You notice one of them sees you and recognizes you. And like you see a hand go to a sword at his hip. He's like, "Ugh." He's clearly outraged that you're there. Shattershield holds up a hand and goes, I've granted passage to this fellow.
Yeah, Adida.
You can have inspiration for that.
It's a very uncommon name.
Adida the Paladin.
Adida goes, he knows my name. And he's like, very good, sir. Stands up. Well then, shall we proceed?
Yes. Are we heading to the keep?
If that is agreeable to you.
Let's go.
All right. He starts to, you start walking through the streets of Mistmire, which are familiar to you. Of course, you've been here before. Make me, if anyone cares to have a good look around, have a wisdom perception check, please.
Yes.
That's a 3 minus 1 is a 2.
Ah, wonderful.
18.
15.
19.
Okay. But I think it's reasonable that you would be kind of a little overwhelmed being back here and walking
Touch
in.
distracted.
Yeah, like as yourself, not incognito. You feel sort of very exposed, and that's probably quite overwhelming. So it's not your fault that you wouldn't necessarily notice anything amiss about Mistmire. The rest of you, you don't remember it being this sort of ramshackle last time you came. There's like I swear that inn used to be open and not dilapidated. Like the roof has fallen in on an inn. There
Was
is
that
another.
us, though?
There was some hijinks that sounds like involving roofs, I think.
There was some going
yeah.
down the chimney and convincing people that they wanted a cat, I think.
That sounds
Yeah.
right.
That sounds
You
a
were
lot
trying
like
to
us.
sell a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
tried
cast
to-
calm emotions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you were dressed like a seahorse.
We didn't explode the roof or anything.
No, okay.
I don't
Not on
remember.
that
No.
occasion.
I would have remembered if we had done something as bad
Yeah.
as explode a roof.
Well,
I
there's
don't
the
remember
side of an
anything.
entire building that's kind of been braced with bits of timber. Shattershield is pointedly not looking at any of this.
Oh, okay.
Hard times, Shatter Shield? Seems a little more run down than last time we were here.
Yes, you could say we've come into some difficulty of late. I will discuss it with you all in private.
Okay.
Corazon, you'll remember that the last time you were in Mistmire, you kind of just slipped into like detective mode and saw some thieves' camp
Yeah,
stuff.
there was thief signs all over these walls.
A lot of what you see on the walls, if you want to sort of do the same notice, is kind of people just being like, is people bemoaning the state of the city and saying that they might try their luck elsewhere. Actually, it's a bit
Yeah.
like you see one that's just like Mistmire's finished.
Wow, okay. So this place really has fallen on hard times.
This
I
has
think
finished.
to myself.
Hashtag Miss Myra's over party.
I'm gonna have that inspiration back on. No, you can keep
I
it.
swear.
You can keep it. Adida, you know what? Adida follows you up the causeway. He's kind of like, he's gestured along by Shattershield, probably for comic relief. You proceed. Yeah, you start to proceed through the city, and the rest of the walk is much the same. You're just a bit like, dang, this place looks a little.
Were there always this many dead cats?
Not when I was selling them,
Yeah.
or whatever I did.
We've made some very poor policy decisions, and we're trying to distract people. Eventually, you get towards a very familiar keep to you, Egbert, and it's fairly familiar to you lot as well. There's sort of like a well there that was very nearly poisoned. And,
Yeah. Good times.
yeah.
Good times.
And you saw an assassin's butt.
Yeah. Good times.
And he ushers you into a meeting chamber.
I'd like to reach out and touch one of the stone walls, please.
Okie dokie. Yeah, it's warm.
Okay.
Seems they've been spending all the town's money on heated floors and walls. Living pretty high on the hog, aren't you, Shattershield? While your people suffer.
Well, I mean, he mentioned tremors earlier as well. And if there's geothermic heat.
Oh boy. Okay, we're starting to piece together why Mistmire is in such a state of terrible ruin. Okay.
All right, lead on, Egbert.
Okay. Well, Shattershield, we're here now.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I suppose we should discuss next steps, shouldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
I still don't have a lot of faith that your intentions with this dragon egg are entirely fair, let's say.
Well, You're not going to like what I have to say, but I believe that we are doing what is necessary.
Uh-oh.
And necessary doesn't always seem fair. I understand your concerns, and frankly, I will say that those sharing your concerns in the Order have grown in number of late.
And what have you done to address that?
Well, so far, not much. We've had a couple of meetings. Some people said that they could have just been a scroll, but I feel like they were important. But the Order is divided on what to do, shall we say, which is why we came to find these eggs with all haste once we realized that a gold egg was brought up again.
Is it due to be discussed among the council?
If you wish it, we can bring the whole council into this, or you and I can just talk it out. The point of fact is, he's kind of cut off at this point by a tremendous sort of like, you feel the ground beneath you start shaking. There is a tremendous like rumbling, and everyone's kind of, sort of just giving it one of these for a few seconds. And he puts out a hand to sort of steady a goblet of wine on the table. He goes, It isn't happy yet, but...
I don't imagine it is. It wasn't happy when I was here.
Yeah, we all know what happened
Yeah,
when you were here.
we do. Shall we show them?
You want to take them into your confidence?
Yes.
Very well.
Confidence of
It's gonna be so
Egbert.
mad.
He reaches across the table and hands you, like, it's a key that goes like, ta-tunk. It's an enormous key. He goes, lead the way.
All right, I'm going to grab that key and head down into the depths.
There is a door that Shattershield pushes
dragon door?
open. Actually, that is a good one. There is a spiral staircase that goes down and 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 down. There are torches along the walls that are all like very well kept and trimmed and lit. This is clearly an area that is well maintained, although at the bottom, sure enough, there is a door that is very forbidding. It is like solid metal, and you reckon it must weigh like a few tons. Like it's proper cast, wrought, big boy door, basically. And there's a hole in the door for such as a key might fit into.
Egbert,
Yes.
what's behind the door? Is it scary?
Let me show you. I'm going to put the key in the lock and I'm going to turn it with all my might.
There is a ka-chunk noise that you haven't heard for quite a long time. But it's
Not since the accident.
nonetheless, it's a very familiar sound because you've replayed that sound in your mind time and time and time and time again over the last few, however long, span of times.
I push the door open, right?
Who's going to move to the back of the group?
So the door,
We're all behind Egbert.
there is a rumbling sound as the door pushes open. It's not the metal scraping on stone. It's not through misuse or poor maintenance. In fact, it glides very smoothly. What you can hear is just the sheer weight of the thing making the hinges kind of go. This door is obscenely heavy. You realise as it's pushed open, it's about 1.5 feet thick, and it opens out. There is a torch kind of on a niche in the wall there, casting a small pool of light. But beyond you is a very large, very dark room. And it just kind of, it's open. There are no walls here. You can see the odd pillar, but we're talking just a massive, sort of just massive room underneath Mistmire. You can't see anything just now, but you get the sense that this is an absolutely vast space.
Should we grab a torch and press on into the room?
I don't know, Egbert, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's grab a couple of torches from the sconces
Okay.
and head on in.
So Egbert, leads the way. You've all said you're kind of keeping a sort of bit more of a distance from him. Are you still proceeding along? But just
Yeah.
Okay. So
remember how much wisdom I've got? Just
you see,
Egbert thinks it's fine.
so you can see this sort of flame sort of in Egbert's hand, kind of casting light ahead, but also kind of silhouetting him. You've got sort of the draconic shape of his head, and you've got like the mace and the shield and all this kind of stuff. It's kind of leading the way, and then after a number of paces, probably about 20, 30 foot, you see a glint of something in the darkness. The torchlight is suddenly kind of, it picks out a small point of light, and then there's another one, and then another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And you can see sort of the glint of gold. And as Egbert kind of draws closer, you realise that these aren't individual points. They're all interconnected in an enormous web of scales. And before you, slowly, you start to pick out the form of an absolutely enormous gold dragon. And suddenly there's kind of like a charnel stink, basically.
Sorry.
again. I know when you're nervous.
There is
Sorry, pretty nervous back here.
You just smell just like animal and like.
We don't need to go into
meat, basically. And you can hear just a kind of like, there's a low rumble, which you realise is an intake of breath, and there's just a. Like the air around you seems to vibrate as this dragon breathes in and then out, and just seems to be just at repose.
Egbert.
But as Egbert kind of turns, you see the slightest reflection in the midst of what looks like a closed eye.
Is that a golden dragon?
That is exactly what that is. Yeah.
I thought they were extinct and the Order didn't have one, but there's one here.
Yep. Yeah, they've had it for some time. Shattershield,
Yes.
is it dying?
We don't think so. But it's clearly unhappy. The tremors are, well, it started thrashing about a lot, trying to find its way out. It's restless.
Take a big step back.
And, well, look, kind of turns to the rest of him and says, Egbert here, a long time ago, raised concerns about the welfare of the dragon, saying that it was unfair to keep it down here, isolated and alone. And at the time, we said to him, look, this is what needs to happen. This is the last gold dragon. And until there are more, and we can try and bring the population numbers back to sustainable levels, this dragon will be hunted. It will die. For its own protection, we should keep it here. This is why Mistmire was founded. And at the time, we dismissed Egbert's concerns out of hand.
We often do the same.
Things then got out of hand. I'll gloss over that for now. And Egbert was excommunicated. But it seems he left behind an ember of an idea, which has turned into a spark, which has turned into a flame, and as I say, the Order is now divided on what we should do about and for this dragon. Obviously, the arrival of the egg is a great opportunity for golden dragons, first and foremost. Obviously, yes, also for the dragon door, because our business is the preservation of golden dragons. But it also complicates things. We've drawn a lot of attention to ourselves. This egg has drawn a lot of attention to itself. That's where the dragon door stands with this. We don't know what to do about this egg. We feel like something should, nay, must be done about this egg, but we also need to do what's best for this dragon. And look, we're not.
You call this doing what's best for this dragon? This is you reaping what you've sown.
Yes.
Doesn't seem happy.
No.
No, it doesn't.
Are there?
And is that the fate you have in store for this golden egg?
Look,
No way.
that's not necessarily what I'm saying.
What's your idea? Do you want us to give the egg to the dragon and it'll raise it down here in the dark?
You don't have a plan, do you? You brought us here to make a plan.
Make me a wisdom insight check.
Oh. 10. No, 11.
That'll do it. He just doesn't answer you. But
Okay. All right.
yeah, you can see there's sort of like obviously normally with like the scaly hide of a dragonborn, like you don't see things like veins pulsing very often. Basically, you just see one go like.
All right.
Egbert, you've got a steer on this whole situation.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do with this egg and this dragon?
I don't think they've changed. I don't think they've changed at all.
Is there a reason, Egbert and Shattershield, I want to ask you both, is there a reason that this dragon is down here beyond simply wanting to preserve its life from hunters and stuff? Do you gain some
It
benefit?
powers the entire Citadel.
That is an incidental feature.
Oh, is it?
It's
I'm
really-
sure you
no.
barely even thought about
No,
it. when you
really,
were
it's
deciding whether to
more of a
keep it
bug
down
than
here.
a feature, I tell you. No, he says, look,
Barely factored into my thinking.
Look, obviously it's a golden dragon. It generates a lot of heat. And sure, as we added to the Citadel, we found ways to harness some of that incidental power. But first and foremost, I tell you, our concern is for the dragon. And, well, I do not have the authority to decide this myself, but if the council decides that the best thing for it is to remove it from this chamber, let Mistmire go cold, then we'll do it. I'm telling you. But you may not have much faith in us, but you may also remember your teachings, and that the preservation of these magnificent creatures is at the heart of what we do. Yes.
Mr. Shattershield, I have a question. While I am interested
Captain
in hearing...
Mr. Shattershield.
Captain Mr. Shattershield. Well, I think we're all excited to hear from the council. I feel like there's one voice in this conversation that we're not hearing that could be pretty important, and that's of the dragon. What does the dragon want?
Does the dragon speak Draconic?
The dragon knows the risks of the outside world. The dragon's not dumb. It's not called the dragon dumb. It's called the dragon door. Can you speak Draconic?
I can speak Draconic. I just can't read it.
Do you feel comfortable asking the dragon? Will it just bite you clean in half if you approach it, or?
I can try and speak to the dragon.
I mean, just judging by its actions, I think I can tell what the dragon feels about it. But yeah, I'd like confirmation.
In my mind, that's the casting vote. The dragon wants out.
You can't keep a living creature down in this prison.
Yeah, this is not good conservation space.
Yeah,
We
I value
admit-
freedom above everything else. Being a pirate, and I think this is wrong.
And I value seeing a dragon explode out of a city above everything else.
Your concerns are duly noted. Egbert, you are willing to try, but, well, as you surely know, the dragon hasn't spoken to the Order in over 100 years.
Good thing he's not in the order then, isn't it?
Yeah. So I wonder if he knows.
I suppose.
Okay, Egbert, I believe in you. You can do this.
All right.
I move behind a pillar.
I'm going to advance and move closer to the dragon. Cautiously. Really cautiously.
All right. Stealthily or just cautiously?
No, just cautiously.
Okay.
I think
fine.
stealthily. If I popped up and went, hello, I think I might get battered, just like swatted across the room or something.
Yes, entirely fair. Okay. It doesn't shift or move in any like discernible way, but you feel a powerful sense of being regarded descend on you. It's like you're suddenly pinned under a spotlight.
Yep.
And the thing is listening to you. Well, sorry, it's paying attention to you.
Okay. I'm going to try and greet it probably respectfully, like, oh, mighty golden dragon, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Politely. Yeah. Hello, oh mighty golden dragon, sir. How's it going?
Move further behind.
It's the room shifts, like the stones beneath you feel them kind of move. It's not a tremor, but you're like, oh gosh, like when someone steps onto a rowboat, say, and you're
Okay.
like, oh. It's kind of that slight feeling as the dragon just slowly lifts its head and turns, and like this thing, it properly is like it cranes all the way up there, and then turns and just looks down on Egbert. The air around you positively vibrates, and Egbert's like rose even do like a little flutter as it speaks. I remember you.
I would like to
Good.
discreetly cast comprehend languages. Understand this conversation.
Yeah, we don't
Fine,
really
yeah.
know what's happening. We're just like,
I think I'd rather hear in Draconic. I think it'll sound cool.
It is properly just like
Yeah, I'll get the digest later. I just want to
Yeah.
enjoy the language.
yes, you cast comprehend languages.
Subs, not doves, right?
Incredible. Obviously, the spellcasting component is that you have like a small grey pebble that you just pop in your ear. It's got a
Things don't seem to have improved much for you down here since my attempt.
I have lived a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, imprisoned, from what I can tell.
These are but fleeting moments.
Are you? Why are you thrashing around then? What's changed?
I grow restless. A sea change is coming to the land. I have sensed another.
There is another.
I have sought to find it, but
Yeah.
I sense it is close.
We are currently trying to decide what to do about this situation and what is the right thing to do. Do you have thoughts?
I would have freedom,
Okay.
but the little one would require protection.
Could you offer that protection, or do we need to offer that protection?
I could to an extent. But if free, I must hunt. I must roam.
That's fair.
Leaves the small one vulnerable.
What is the safest place for the egg, because it is an egg, to hatch?
I no longer know.
That's fair. That's
In your terms, I have been down here a very long time.
And if we were able to release you from this prison, either with the agreement of the order or not, is that what you want?
Yes,
Okay.
I wish to feel the wind under my wings again. I wish to live in a land where gold dragons roam free
Me too.
and are plentiful.
Okay. Understood. Obviously, I'd imagine Shattershield heard that entire conversation and comprehended it as well.
Yep.
Probably. All right.
You see he's kind of like, he's looking down very solemnly, but I wouldn't say like disappointed. Like it looks like he is trying to process the grave importance of the thing he just heard. And if you had to guess, he probably also looks a little bit ashamed that they couldn't get any of this information out of the dragon.
Fair. Shouldn't have kicked me
Makes
out,
sense.
Shatter Shield. Shouldn't have kicked me out. The Dragon Whisperer. That's me. I say this all in common, hoping that the dragon doesn't understand.
Don't get cocky, Egbert.
All right, look.
There was a cost to your actions. Don't forget
I
that.
know there was. You have this information now. Surely the council want to hear it from you, not from me.
Yes. We must call them.
Now?
Now.
Okay.
So I got all of that. I was listening in.
All right.
Pretty interesting stuff,
Yeah.
I thought.
Yes.
If the dragon can protect the little one, but not
Right.
while it's out hunting.
Mm.
I mean, if the dragon were to have a new sort of living area and hunting ground and stuff, the dragon door could maybe set up somewhere else in the open where the dragons can roam free, and then when they could look after the little one while the big one is out.
I think the current situation clearly isn't working.
No,
for them
this
or anyone.
No,
really.
But they could be more sort of caretakers rather than
Like sort of glorified
jailers.
park ranger types.
Yeah, babysitters. Dragon babysitters.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they worship gold dragons, right, in the Dragon Door, and value their preservation above all else, or all else even. But what's the point in preserving gold dragons if they can't be themselves, if they can't be dragons?
I agree entirely. You're preaching to the choir here. But what I would say is that I also wonder whether the sorry state that this golden dragon is in at the moment has had an effect on the wider population of golden dragons. I don't know entirely how it works, but it may be the case. Either way, I feel like this dragon needs to be free.
Yeah.
Either the council are going to agree, or they're not going to agree. If
Well,
they
If they don't agree, we beat their ass.
we're going to have to do something
Kick
about
their
it.
asses. But I don't think that's even our biggest challenge, because like we know the flow diagram there for big gold dragon is easy enough. What we do with the baby gold dragon is much harder, because this large golden dragon has sort of offered to protect it in a limited capacity, but it's not its parent and doesn't seem to want that responsibility. I don't think we should give up hope on trying to
The frozen one.
on
Like
its
the white
parent.
dragon.
Yeah.
the
on its
frozen dragon.
on
But
its
also,
mother.
what I would say is, I think, and I'm saying this, aside from Shattershield, I don't think we can do this without some degree of support from the order.
From the order.
All right, time to win over the council.
Yeah.
Who sits on the council? Maybe we can do them political favours.
Maybe we can sneak into their beds at night, murder them, and replace them in disguised self.
I'm going to
Suppose-
assume this whole conversation has been in a huddle.
Yeah.
For sure.
With the dragon is watching.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Shattershield is offered as a respectful distance. Still just sort of having a think. Although he goes, da. Summon the council.
So, Egbert, who sets the council?
I don't know these days. It's been a long time since I've been here.
True, but it's so various high-ranking members of the order.
Shattershield, so excited to meet the council. I'm going to fill in some of my Dragon Door Council autograph book. Whose signatures can I expect to bag this day, this wondrous day?
Well, Shattershield says, holding out a hand. Obviously, I'm on the council, so I can sign that right away.
Oh yeah, I fish around in my pockets for a scrap of parchment and a quill. I think I've probably got something like that.
Oh, he was kind of clearly expecting something better. Very well. And then, of course, there's Drysdale, Rowan, Hammerfist, and then
Should we make it out to Dob and put the date in case I ever want to sell it.
Dob. Blah 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 blah. The date.
To Dob. It's
To Dob.
to Dob. Great to meet you.
Warmest
Warmest
regards.
Best regards.
Fond
Fond
regards.
Fond regards.
Fond.
Hugs and
Regards.
kisses.
Fond, warm, platonic regards.
Yeah, Shattershield, don't get any ideas.
Okay, do you want fond regards or do you want warmest
Just
regards?
give it back.
Or warm
Just give it back. It's
all
fine.
right, fine.
Okay,
and then
right.
finally
so, yeah,
there is
What are the other signatures that I can add to this bad boy?
Drysdale, Rowan, Hammerfist.
Hammerfist is going to be there?
Hammerfist will be there, yes.
The Collectors Club is going to be very jealous when we next meet.
And then there's...
Excuse me?
Sorry, what?
What was that last one?
Chauncey.
Chauncey!
Chauncey back to big promotion!
Sweet Chauncey made the council.
Up that career ladder.
Yes, well, he's done very well for himself recently.
Bucked his ideas up, clearly.
Yeah.
Yes, he's just returned from his honeymoon.
Oh,
He's married!
he made a fine match, did he?
He did.
Who's the lucky girl?
lady,
or
yeah.
boy?
It's Lady Fienge.
That is a smart match.
Yeah! Wow!
Yes,
He's
it is.
moving up in the world.
Yes, he's done very well for himself. What a lovely wedding. Everyone was very pleased for him.
You don't seem pleased, Shattershield.
Whatever do you mean?
Okay. Just getting the impression that you were emotionally invested in this.
Why don't you give your warmest regards to minding your own business?
Whoa! Actually, can you write that? You know what? Never mind.
All right. So when will the council convene and where? We will attend this meeting and convince them.
The hour is late. Surely we should all get some sleep first.
Fine. Yes.
We'll all counsel better in the morning on a full stomach of hearty breakfast.
Yes, we can convene in the morning. We should find a place that is agreeable to you, to lodge you and to keep the eggs.
Yes.
Yeah, some your nicest rooms, I guess.
I think, yes, we'd all do well after some rest.
Presumably the council members also sort of live and reside within the keep.
Of course they do, yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
There'll be quarters in the keep.
Yeah.
Yes, we can quarter you in the keep. You have the freedom of the Citadel.
Good.
You are our guests.
Great.
All
All right. Let's.
Yeah, I could. Oh boy, I'm beat. I could use a long night of shut-eye. I say, fully intending to track down some council members and
Change their votes.
Change their votes
Yeah.
if we can the next day. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be looking forward to some shut-eye shield.
Yes, that's very good. Yes.
He liked it.
I must rest. I am terribly vexed.
Always vexed.
Could we maybe do this upstairs? You're embarrassing me in front of the most important thing of my life now.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's get situated in our quarters and then have a guild meeting to discuss.
Yes.
Alrighty then. So you are placed in there are some pretty nice rooms actually. It's a lot of the time Paladins of the Dragon Door will be sort of assigned to like teams almost. So there are kind of apartments. So there is like a central room which is like, a meeting table and it's where you can take your meals and stuff, and then there are bedrooms that come off of those. All of the bed chambers are like fairly aesthetic, they're not finely decked out, but they're comfortable enough. There's like a bed, there's a stand with a candle on it, there's a wash basin, that kind of thing.
And there's a common room where we can all get
Yep,
together.
just in the middle, which is a little bit nicer. There's a tapestry on the wall of a dragon.
So if there's different
Figures.
kind of houses within the Dragon Door, presumably the council members each sort of head up one of these houses.
Is that how it works?
Is that how it works, Egbert?
Yeah, I think that's the structure, isn't it? They'll certainly have their own
How many names were there on that list?
cadre of
Five.
Five including Shattershield.
Yeah. So
Including Well, we're not going to change Shattershield's mind, and we don't need to, because we know Shattershield's a safe vote.
Shattershield,
USC.
Drysdale, Rowan, Hammerfist, and Chauncey.
All right. I say we each take one of the other four.
Okay.
Go change some hearts and minds.
Well, yeah, let's just make sure we're all on the same page about what the outcome is that we're trying to achieve.
We want the Paladin Order to. We want them to release the dragon that they have at the moment, and whatever the consequences for Mistmire, they'll have to work around. But we also want their commitment to to protecting a free young golden dragon.
A new form of dragon protection for a new Geth.
Exactly. You've written the slogan already.
Yes.
For them.
Yes. A new kind of dragon protection that adapts to the dynamic and fast-changing world in which we find ourselves.
To your active lifestyle.
Yeah. Fits right into your lifestyle.
Yeah, we want you want them to be like conservationists rather than prison guards.
Exactly.
Yes, that's it. That's
Exactly
it.
that.
Yes. But prison guards is one of the terms that it's in the column of like we try to avoid talking to the council members. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have some experience with Chauncey, so I will visit with Chauncey.
Okay.
Bob, you seemed very excited by the presence of Hammerfist.
Oh, well, yeah, but not really. But I'll take Hammerfist, sure. I get, fine. Yeah, Hammerfist.
That leaves Drysdale and Rowan. So I guess I'll take.
Rowan sounds pretty elfy, and Drysdale sounds very
Dry as hell.
Yeah.
So let's go. I'll go talk to Drysdale.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, it sounds like we have a plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's ruin it.
Absolutely.
So
Let's yeet it into space.
the hour grows late. You are fed in your chambers as you sort of are making this plan and divvying up the council members. Egbert, you are pleased to hear a faint bugling. Because obviously the city is very large but tiered, sound travels quite well. So messages are often relayed around the city by just like musically. And there is basically a communique just saying Egbert the Careless is in the city, is not to be harmed, is a guest of the order,
Suspend the kill on sight.
answerable to the council. Basically, it's an all points bugle. They put out an APB on you. But you're not going to be harmed.
Sorry. I enjoyed that, Aaron.
And yes, you are. Basically, then the Citadel starts to quiet down. The sun's set. Obviously, space comes right down. Everyone puts on their personal oxygen supplies. It's great, and it's really conducive to high grade fantasy roleplay. And you are free to start enacting your plan.
All right.
Okay.
Who's feeling daring? With whom shall we begin this strange diplomatic mission?
I'm going to head out.
All right. Yeah.
Relatively stealthily. Not like crouch running, but just kind of like gently padding through the corridors.
Okay. Make me a dex stealth check.
All right.
Because I think it's safe to say that even if people only catch a glimpse of you, you are fairly distinctive,
Noticeable,
especially
yeah.
now that the whole city's been told you're here.
Well, that's a good job I rolled an 11. So
Okay. You quiet your footsteps a bit, but you just stroll down the corridor being like, this is easy. Why does Corazon make such a big deal out of this? Like, you're seen by a whole bunch of people, basically. But just your feet aren't slapping the way they normally do, like a massive duck's.
yeah, they do.
Plack,
They
plack,
do
plack,
normally do
plack,
that.
plack. And you come to, I suppose, you would know where the council chambers are, I reckon, or like where the different like council apartments are. 'Cause
That's
they're a
not
bit
going to have
nicer.
changed.
Yeah, no, that's not going to have changed. And you can see there is a crest with like Drysdale on the door. This would lead into the common room, and then the bedrooms would be coming off of it, much in the same way as your apartments would be. How are you going to proceed?
I might listen next to the door first of all, as long as I'm not being watched or the door's not being guarded.
It's not being guarded.
I'm just going to listen into the door and just check if Drysdale's there or if anyone else is there. So yeah, I'm going to do that.
Make me a wisdom perception
It's
check,
always
please.
wisdom, isn't it?
I know.
That's a 5 minus 1 is a 4.
Quiet as a mouse. Absolutely. You can just stroll right on in there.
I stroll right on in there.
Okay, Drysdale is having dinner with like
Damn it.
5 other dudes.
Damn these tiny dragon ear holes.
only one is Dragonborn, the other 4 are human. But they all kind of go like,
Hello.
one of them just pushes back off the table. Has a napkin tucked into his.
Are you going to finish that?
I've lost my appetite.
Oh, good.
He throws it on the desk and storms out. Slams his bedroom door behind him.
I sit down and dig in.
Drysdale kind of is there with a glass of wine in his hand and goes, Oh no, please do join us.
Thank you. No, I did already.
That was largely my point. Yes.
And now here comes the politician.
Now, please vote my way.
And now for the subtle arts.
To what do we owe this pleasure? Egbert the Careless?
In between mouthfuls, I'm like, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, since your disgrace.
I mean, disgrace is such a strong word. And yet...
Accurate.
Very
I agree.
accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
There've been some developments in that regard, but I don't want to tell you in front of all these other paladins. I think it's for your ears only. You will have heard the All Points bugle that went out earlier.
Yes. I can't say we were thrilled to hear it, but we will obey.
Yeah. I need to speak to you in private, but after dinner.
Oh, tremendous. Great. Yeah, sure.
Pass the wine, please.
Yeah. There passes a very, very tense meal. Like there's
Do I
just
notice how tense it is?
No. There's just a sort of like, there's this occasional scrape of cutlery as people are like eating the smallest morsels. Well,
You're not enjoying it because this stuff's delicious. This is way better than I usually get. Ship's biscuit all the time.
Another one just goes.
And I slide over to their chair.
Eat their leftovers.
So then this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ran out of the barrel and I was covered in piss.
No inspiration for that. That was great. Eventually, the meal is not, like it's demonstrably over, mostly because you've eaten everything on the table,
Licked every plate clean.
Drysdale goes, just nods at the other, it's like, and they leave, and you have the room together. Speak your piece.
Look, Drysdale, I know we never saw eye to eye, but two things have occurred. One you're probably aware of. One you might not be aware of. The thing you're probably aware of is that there's a golden dragon egg in Geth for the first time in I don't know how many hundreds of years.
Yes. Let's come up.
Yeah. The second thing is that we spoke to the dragon below Mistmire.
Who's we?
Well, me directly, but Shattershield was there and can vouch for what the dragon said.
That's not funny.
And also my pirate friend can cast comprehend languages. So he heard it as well. It's not really relevant to the story, but anyway. He was just interested. Curious, you might say.
He doesn't. You can see he doesn't believe you.
Okay. Regardless of whether or not you believe me, there will be a vote called tomorrow from the council in terms of what to do about the dragon below Mistmire, and I'm going to need you to vote to release it. It is not happy, and things are only going to get worse around here. You felt the tremors. You've seen the gates and the portcullises and the drawbridges not working effectively anymore. You felt that the walls are getting cooler.
You've got a lot of nerve coming here and saying this to me, you realise?
Yes, I know. I know what I did.
And you know one of them was one of mine.
I know, I'm sorry. It was never my intention.
The dragon under Mistmire is the dragon under Mistmire. If it isn't under Mistmire, it isn't the dragon under Mistmire anymore, is it, my boy?
No, but this isn't the order of the dragon under Mistmire. This is supposed to be about the preservation of golden dragons.
Don't talk scripture to me.
You have to change. This is not working anymore, obviously.
Charisma persuasion check, please.
That is a critical 20.
Crit! Yes!
I suspect the only number that would have worked.
I rolled an 18 as well.
Wow.
I see his jaw working. Oh, he's practically audibly grinding his teeth. I will think on it.
You do that.
And if Shattershield can vouch for this ridiculous tale about the dragon speaking to you and...
He heard it with his own tiny ear holes.
And it wants its freedom.
It wants its freedom. It's time. You've got to let it go.
If he can vouch for your story, then we'll do as you say.
Thank you. And thanks for dinner. It was delightful.
If I ever see you again after this is resolved, I'm going to kill you.
You know Shattershield said I could rejoin the Order.
Get out.
I get out.
Boy, that's such a stir. I love it.
1. Who's next?
Oh yeah. Is there like a list of like who's in which rooms or anything? You know, it's like you get a
Like a fire plat.
yeah, you know, like at like Oxford colleges and stuff, they have a list.
I do
of,
very well,
Yes,
yes.
indeed. Your alma mater.
My alma mater, Balliol.
But it's like who's occupying which rooms and things like that.
Yes, of course, yes. Naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one is Chauncey in? Let me figure that out.
Oh, you mean like within the apartments? Which one?
Yeah, I'd like to know sort of which group of rooms Chauncey is.
I see.
This,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can find the group of rooms easily enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Just like to. If anyone's in. What time is it? Are they likely to be in bed at this point?
Yes.
They are. Okay. In which case, I don't knock. I
Okay.
let myself in sneakily.
All right. Sure. I'm going to say there's some light lockpicking involved,
Okay.
just because that's a roguish thing to do.
Right.
The room is the common area is empty. It is lit by a fire that is sort of burned down to a fair way. But you have the run of the place.
Okay. Is one of the doors more ornate than any of the others off this?
Yes, indeed. Is the one dead ahead, and it is just it's a double door,
Interesting.
whereas the others are all just sort of single. It's dollars to donuts. That is
That's the Chauncey room.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I'd like to listen at the door and see if I can hear if anyone's talking or if there's any sort of snoring or anything like that. If I can...
With some perception check, please.
All right. Oh. 9.
You are almost certain that as you put your ear to the door, you hear the snick of an arrow being loaded into a crossbow.
All right. I'm going to back away from that door. Okay. Are there windows in this common room?
Not really, no.
No windows.
No.
Okay, interesting.
It's very much the inside of the keep sort of deal.
All right. In that case, I would like to sort of lean back from the door and sort of open it. Oh, I'm on the other side of the door and I'm opening it towards me. Just a fraction. Just a fraction. And then I'm going to see what happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Go down like this and peek around.
It's very dark in here. But
Wish I had dark vision.
a little bit of light is being thrown sort of by the fire, and you don't see it glinting off anything metallic. And in fact, now the door is open, you can sort of hear a kind of high-pitched, sort of keening, sort of snoring noise.
Oh, okay. I must have been wrong. Okay, is Chauncey alone or is he with his lovely new bride?
I think it's good to put up with this snoring situation, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. No. Lady Fianga is there. They are asleep together.
Damn.
Lady Fianga obviously is one of those snorers. Goes like.
I need to get Chauncey out of here without disturbing Lady Fienge. My idea is to kidnap Chauncey and replace him in the castle. Of course.
Very well. Very well. Good.
So
Okay.
Pirate diplomacy
Yeah.
in action here.
Sing his favourite lullaby.
That's guaranteed to wake up Lady Fiona.
Yeah, exactly.
It's her favourite.
She likes to party.
Yeah.
She likes
She
to
does
party.
like to party. Yeah, actually, she does like to party. I'm going to say that you can smell like wine in the air.
Okay.
So you think they've probably had a few drinks?
probably had a
They're
few.
probably still celebrating their nuptials. So
Oh, hopefully not right at this moment.
no, they're asleep
Okay.
and clothed. Chauncey obviously wears like a nightcap with a little.
A wee willy winky. one,
Obviously,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can haul Chauncey out of bed, but hand over the mouth.
Okay.
I don't know, I don't want him waking up his wife, basically. So
How committed to the bit are you? You're going to get into his bed and sleep there for the rest of the night?
it'll be fine. Disguise self only lasts an hour, so I don't want
That's fair.
to do
point,
it
yeah.
right when it's time for the council. Okay, all right. I'm going to sneak in and see if he's drunk, maybe he'll just sort of go along with it. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can get him out of bed.
Okay, all right. Let's make this. I kind of want to make this dex acrobatics. Because
Okay.
you're kind of, like when someone's a dead weight and you've got to be like, whoop.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kind of dexterous
Yeah.
movement in there. I'm going to roll Wisdom Perception. I'm going to roll this at a disadvantage because Chauncey drunk.
You know in Robin Hood, the Disney one, when they try and get like the sack of money out from under the sleeping Indian's job? That's it. Yeah.
I got a 19.
Nice.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, even if I'd rolled with advantage, you would have absolutely aced this. Chauncey is dead to the world. Like his lips are crimson
Right,
with red
okay.
wine.
Chauncey.
All right.
Are you dragging him out with the feet or the head?
Trying to get under the arms.
Oh, okay, great. Okay.
But with a hand over the mouth.
Of course, yeah. No, he's just like, he's completely spangled.
Okay. Right, now, where to stash Chauncey? Want somewhere where he won't be able to raise an alarm when he does wake up. So,
You can't feed him to the dragon.
Don't feed him. Just put him in there. I'm going to eat him.
That dragon.
You
will
put him in the
eat Chauncey.
garderobe or something.
when I was looking at the occupancy, were all these rooms occupied?
Yes.
They were. Okay. How far is my room from here?
It is. I'm going to say you've got 3 upsettingly long corridors to go down,
Okay.
where you're going to feel sort of
Grease him up.
exposed.
Well, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to haul Chauncey upright with an arm around my shoulder. I'm going to walk down the corridor, being like, "Yeah, we've all had a few. I'll get him back to. I'll get him. He needs to have a glass of water. If anyone comes across us, I'm going to act like Chauncey is drunk and I'm helping him.
Weekend at Chauncey's.
We'll get to Chauncey's.
Very good. All right. Sure, you start proceeding down the corridor. I'm going to say about halfway there, somebody does indeed come across you. There's a guy on patrol. He's, just your standard Dragonborn paladin, tiny ear holes, big dragon head. He's like, "What's going on here?"
Oh, Sir Chauncey, he's had a few too many. You know how he can't handle his drink. It's a big council meeting tomorrow. I'm trying to get him back to his quarters, but he needs to have a drink of water or something first, because he's going to be useless tomorrow if he doesn't.
All right. Charisma persuasion check, please.
Hey, 17 plus 3, 20.
Okay. So 10 minus 1, obviously. Insight is a 9. He goes, "All right, well, yeah, on you go."
Yeah, yeah.
Blimey.
I know. It's the red wine that does it for him.
Oh yeah. Well, he's been on the sauce ever since he got married.
Yeah, well,
All right.
couldn't believe his luck, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. His chambers are that way, aren't they?
Yeah, no, I'm taking him to get some water first.
Has he not got water in his chambers?
None that I could see, no.
Just
I just
wine?
thought I'd go down to the well and get some fresh.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I'll prop him up against something. He's dead to the world at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, all right. Have a good one then.
Yeah, you too.
All right, then.
You too, mate. Yeah.
Watch out for naked assassins.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
I don't think he knows who you are, but I think he just finds that funny.
It's just become a thing.
Yeah.
It's just
become
become
a
a
thing.
turn of phrase in
Yeah.
the
It's an
Citadel.
idiom, isn't it?
It's a new innuendo.
Watch out for naked assassins. Okay. Yeah, this has gone alarmingly well. You get Chauncey back to your chambers.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've just got a drunk
Chauncey.
Chauncey.
Who I'm going to tie up and put in the wardrobe.
Great. Okay. Why not? Yeah. Okay.
I like the idea that they're going to have this council vote, make a decision. An hour later, Chauncey's going to be found tied up, and they're like, "Well, we voted."
Yeah, we did vote. In fairness,
I don't know.
I think it'll be fine.
Doesn't one of you wizards have a memory wiping spell or something?
Probably. Yeah.
one of you wizards.
I'm going to assume yes that we do somewhere. I think Beck could probably do it.
Yeah. Hit him in the head until he forgets.
Or turn him into an animal.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Or I'll tell him I'm him from the future. We'll come up with something.
I'm sure it will be delightful.
All right, Marilyn, do you want to go next, or should I?
Sure. Actually, no. You go. I'm still
Okay.
wondering what to do.
Okay. Right.
A plan.
Hammerfist is my council target.
Uh-huh.
Dob is a great believer in nominative determinism, and I think you don't get a name like Hammerfist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of counting on Hammerfist, whoever Hammerfist is, being a real tough as nails kind
Or his hands are just hammers.
or that. But also, if your hands are hammers, I think you're probably pretty tough.
No, that would be hammer hand. If
Yeah.
you had 5 hammers that were curled.
Can I like?
that would be hammer
No,
fist.
he's tougher than nails if he's a hammer.
That's
Because you
true.
have to be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Otherwise the nail would just go through the
Even
hammer.
tougher than nails.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that Hammerfist is like a proper, a hard
Hard
man.
case, yeah.
Hard case, and also probably pretty stubborn and doesn't like being told what to do. And that's why I'm going with phony assassination. So I'd like to sort of I want to know where Hammerfist's rooms are.
Okay, it's easy to identify Hammerfist rooms because there is a lot of drunken singing coming from behind them.
Oh right.
Like proper ale songs, be like, in Mistmire, we've got pints. We've got pints.
Okay, cancel the plan. I just want to join this one. No.
Lovely.
Okay.
Points.
So it sounds like
you've heard it.
It's a good one.
Hammerfist is carousing. Okay.
Carousing with his men.
Beat him in a drinking game and you'll
Ale
earn
and
his
song
respect.
and that sort of thing. I mean, you can absolutely go with foe assassination if you want. There's nothing to say that him tying one on doesn't necessarily mean you can't
I'm sure it'll be
go
fine. I just
that.
it's a little more dangerous for me if there's so many other people there. But that's a problem for
That's a
1
problem
minute's
for future
time.
Dog. Yeah.
Okay.
Dog? Dob.
Yeah.
Promise I know your character's name.
Dog.
Dog the half dog part.
Okay. All right. So I want to. Does this room have a window? Does it kind of? Do I think is it like?
No, I think all of the well, not even all of them. Some of the bedrooms will have little windows,
Okay.
like sort of little holes cut to the outside.
Yeah.
Because these are kind of like in turrets, But the central rooms are just like they're completely internal.
Okay. So I want to open the door subtly and try and sneak in quietly without anyone noticing me.
Okay, that's a dex stealth check.
Fine. Okay.
Oh, we got pints, lovely pints.
In Mistmire, we've got pints. That's a one.
Dex.
One of them falls back off his chair. Fight.
Immediately kills.
Pints of
Yeah.
beer.
13, 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah, 14.
All right. One of them has seen you, but
Okay.
I'm going to make a Constitution saving throw to see how drunk they are. Very.
Fine.
They are battered, but they are looking
yeah.
right at you. There's a guy just being like,
That's kind of fine, to be honest. So I basically just want to move into this room kind of like this, kind of with a
Like-
sort of like stealthy
Okay.
bearing.
all right, this guy's raising a hand, be like, another round, please. Another round, please. And you see the others are all like, pints, and pints.
Pints of lager.
When
pints
the
of
when the
beer,
drunken one
pints
sees
of
me, I
whiskey,
want to kind of
oh,
raise
dear.
my eyebrows in alarm like this, and kind of shuffle off to try and disappear into the crowd. I also want to cast my eyes around, and try and see if I can see where Hammerfist is.
Okay, they're all sat round a table.
Oh right, okay,
So there
cool.
isn't really a crowd. It's
Oh,
only
sure,
like
sure.
5 people.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So Hammerfist will be sat at the head
Yeah,
of it.
Hammerfist is like his arms like tree trunks, massive like silvery grey beard, bald, just like armor's practically like bursting off him.
Brilliant. Okay.
And he's just got an enormous like stein of beer. It's like park.
Was Amethyst human?
These ones are all human.
Okay. So right, in that case, if they're all sat down, I want to reach for a goblet and plate somewhere, and just put them on, and kind of just walk over towards the one who spotted me, and just basically serve a goblet. Yes. And then I want to keep, keep moving around until I'm positioned behind Hammerfist.
Yep.
And then once I am behind Hammerfist, I want to. There's a point in every Dodd plan where I reach the end of
Yes.
I want to shout for the great cause and pull a dagger and basically go to stab Hammerfist in the neck, but too slowly. I want someone to catch me.
Heavens!
I want to be stopped.
Will they catch Dodd? We'll find out next time on Conversing Dragons.